The assistant deliberately fastened the man's belt in front of his wife, and even claimed that it was the belt the man had accidentally left at her house the night before. Yet the wife did not get angry. Instead, she calmly handed her husband a document. Busy flirting, the husband casually signed his name, unaware that it was a divorce agreement. 3 days earlier, after 3 exhausting years of trying to conceive, the woman had finally received the joyful news that she was pregnant. When she excitedly wanted to tell her husband, she opened the door only to see him kissing his assistant. She tried calling his phone, but the man hung up without hesitation. At that moment, she could no longer control her emotions, suffered an asthma attack, and collapsed to the ground. When she woke up again, the doctor regretfully told her that the baby had not survived. Crying, she unlocked her phone to seek comfort from her husband, only to see in his latest post that the assistant was wearing a diamond ring identical to hers. At that moment, the woman completely lost hope. She threw her wedding ring out of the window. When the husband, who had stayed out all night, finally came home, he asked his wife to wash his jacket, but she ignored him. The man grabbed her hand and asked if she was really angry just because of a phone call. The woman countered by asking if he remembered his promise to always answer her calls, because she suffered from severe asthma. The man, however, said that his assistant also had heart problems, but never used that as an excuse to make a scene. The woman looked at the kiss marks on his neck, and promised she would never do so again. Then she asked for a pair of scissors, and in front of everyone, she cut apart the priceless wedding dress he had once prepared for her, because it no longer represented happiness but a cage. She changed back into her own clothes, and left the city. Meanwhile, the husband was still driving a sports car with his assistant. On their 5th wedding anniversary, when the master of ceremonies invited the bride to enter, the doors remained tightly shut. As the man began to lose patience, the doors finally opened, but instead of his wife, it was the manager of the bridal shop, who brought his wife's last gift, a miscarriage report. At that moment, he finally felt endless remorse.